can't. You know, I didn't want to do pink hair. I messed up with pink. It was supposed to be cotton candy. I messed up. She loved it. Back in '89, and I had all this private little print stuff. And I gave one of my friends that. It was pretty cool because he's
a hand that helps. Neighbors never too far from the hood to around the world. Wherever a person is in need. A knock on the door or a phone call. Whoever is in need. Who could it be? Doesn't matter if it's a friend or foe.
Welcome to another episode where we answer the question, who is your neighbor? And we ask, what is your story?
Birds? Yeah. This isn't a parade. That was pride and the fun you do it for a day. Pretty cool. I've gone to some events, the pride thing, but I never understood the pride thing until now because of how people turn the chakra around. You turn the flag upside down. You do the whole thing. Now they put it on white. Innocence. The Mamba is now a part of the LBGT. I got two kids out in my living room and I don't want to hear them. I don't want them to hear me talk about this stuff, but it's out there and I got to explain it to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got to explain, whoa, by the way, no, this is what happens. You need to know more, closer to God. Well, the God thing is one of the things you don't shove down someone's throat, but how you do it, you just make sure that they know that, whoa, check, oh my God, that was a God thing.
Right.
We just got front line for the show because we worked hard, got up early, parked our car, walked, did the hard work, and that's God. Hard work, going to get you somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Biblical floods. Well, we can prove that there's biblical floods, so we know the Bible's right on a bunch of the stories. And you sit there and go, hey, what else is it right about? Let me get this. What else was it right about when it had no education, no science, no anything? Apparently, they were right about fish, pork, hoofed animals, all these things they've been right about. And that's crazy. That's where I get insane about my stuff. It's like, wow, a lot of these stories are true. A lot of the stories are from the King James Bible thing.
Yeah, you're right about the Bible thing of it talks about in the Old Testament about rivers underwater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and what is that called? Current.
Yeah.
And I doubt there was a lot of scuba diving going on back then.
What? No, I know. I hate when I hear the word firmament and it scares the shit out of me because what if?
Yeah.
Your science is, if you want to back something, weird stuff happens. You go, wait, okay, how did the floods happen? When the floods happened, they came from below. You know what I mean? And above. You know what I mean? And how that happens, whatever. The Bible definitely called it on it. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, that happened. Sodom and Gomorrah, when it burned, our scientists have proven where the spot happened. They found the sulfur. They found the stuff that can light. They found all the stuff. They found the city that's burnt down. They found all the stuff. It's like, I always talk about my kid's name is Jericho, and we talk about Joshua. Go on, Cat. No, you go out there. Yeah. So I explained to him about that, of the story. You know what I mean? So what is it true? Well, let me explain how it could be. There's a science, and then you go online. There's a science behind some of that, and you go, whoa. Our science nowadays is how would you say it? Backtracking.
Right.
Because of the Bible. A lot of our Bible stuff. A man named Randall Carlson, Joe Rogan, 501. You listen to him and Graham Hancock talk about what's happened here before on the earth. You go, the Bible is right. A lot. You know what I mean? I understand telling me a story to get to a spot, but some of these stories have completely come true.
Yeah, they talk about every archaeologist, owns a Bible, if they believe or not, because that's where they find a lot of things. You know, they use it as a roadmap to find these civilizations and stuff like that. And I was going to say, all the founding fathers of not of our country, but of the sciences, Newton and all that. That all came about because they believed in God, and so they wanted to know how God did everything. And there hasn't been any new laws, like physics laws and stuff like that, since then. So it's
pretty much it's set. It's etched in stone. You know what I mean? That thing. You know, it's. There's belief. It makes it puts you past there's a lot of science here, but if I'm not I have to believe that tree there, whoever made that tree is God.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or else, because scientifically I can't find a way of making a seed, making it grow, doing the thing, figuring it out, producing itself. We can't figure that out. We don't know how to do that. And we still can't make an embryo. We can take an embryo, we can take a seed, but we can't make the embryo and we can't make the seed. We can't make none of that stuff. They say we can, but that's that stuff that kills everyone. That's what's clogging everyone's arteries right now, killing everyone. You know, genetics, DNA is a biblical thing. You know, it's in the Bible.
Right.
So I'm not good at my scriptures, but I do know the DNA talks about the DNA in their Bibles. It talks about DNA all the way through ancient times and everything. You know, where we're going to be at in 20 years. You know, are we part of monkeys? No, I'm not a part of a monkey at all. No, I'm not a monkey. Monkey's a monkey.
Right. So I got some questions for you here.
Go for it.
All right. The first one was just I've been doing some investigating, and I came up with this.
Here's 5 questions your neighbor wants to know.
All right. I'm going to share a screen with you here.
Okay.
14. What's the best vacation you've ever taken?
I know you're working it out. My best vacation I ever taken, Cabo San Lucas by myself. Yeah, a Persian girl. I dated this Persian girl, Seema. She would go on vacations. Always plan it with a bunch of friends. We'd all be going. And it wasn't as fun as going by yourself.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay. I don't like doing anything with anybody but my kids. Honestly, don't like doing anything. Don't like walking around with. Yeah.
I'm big at going to movies. Going to the movies by myself and stuff.
Oh, I do that all the time. I going to a movie by myself opened me up to a lot of. I'm not lonely. I'm bored. Right. I'm gonna go to the movies. I'm not sad. I need to get out of the house.
And you always get to see the one that you want to see too.
Without having to hear anybody. You don't have to. No one's bugging your popcorn. You know, it's perfect.
I'll tell you a little secret about that. Take your headphones with you and tell the manager or worker there that you can't hear, and he'll give you a device to hear, and you can just wear your headphones and
it's better, huh?
Yeah, so you don't hear anyone eating or anything.
Never thought about that.
Yeah. And so I'm a little bit hard hearing, so worked out cool.
Yeah.
All right, another question for you here.
15. If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
He's a blast. They
Yeah.
say he's a blast. They say he's one of the, like, he's a blast. I want to see it. I would love it.
Right.
And that's not impossible. I could do something that I could do something. You never know. I might meet him.
Make sure you drop my name if you do meet him.
I will. Oh, yeah. Friend Larry.
17. What's the last thing you did for the first time?
Well, the firework thing ain't my first time. But the dedication on picking up, going in to get there was 100%. It was here. So if you were there, if you saw the event, it was right here. And usually I'm further behind. This time I took initiative to figure out where it's going to be, how it's going to be, what it's going to be like, all that. That's my first time on that. But when it comes to the first thing I've done and the first time I had my lungs checked and it came out negative, made me happy. Never had my lungs checked.
Cool. Yeah.
What's the next question?
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Florida or Mexico? Florida. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Because it's America, white sand beaches, Florida.
Right.
I surfed in Florida once, huge waves once, just massive.
Right.
Had the greatest time of my life. You know what I mean? One of my, like, hey, I was out there surfing, and every time I'd get up, people were on the beach going, There was hundreds of people watching people surf, and it was just massive. It was awesome and super warm. When it's warm, cold water, not with my joints.
What do you find the most motivating about your work, or rewarding, actually, about your work?
I make people feel good, right? As they leave. They sit down in my chair, I'm able to get a perspective of their life quick. I'm able to help them out. You know, I make them feel pretty. When you make women feel pretty, I've been fighting for women to feel pretty all my life. You know what I mean? My mom
Right.
was beat by her first husband, just, you know what I mean, just shell of a woman. And then she met my father and amped her up, you know? Making girls feel pretty about themselves. I make every person pretty leaving my chair. Like, no matter what. They come in my chair, I make it look better than they sat down. You know what I mean? So I've learned the art of a little bit goes a long way. And when it comes to my profession, walking into work, just walking into work, saying hello, I say good morning to everybody. Good morning. I do it every day, but it's just nonstop. I make people feel good. Some of my clients that I have had, they've called me on the worst of days. Can you help? Can you be at the house? Can you help? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
Fill roots just to feel that I need to feel pretty. You know what I mean? I've been blessed with the people that I've done. So pretty cool.
Since you gotta go pretty soon, just have like one more question for you,
Mm-hmm.
or I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any particular accomplishments or achievements in your career that you're especially proud of?
I got sober at 22 and I picked up a guitar and I opened up for the band Sublime and No Doubt.
That's cool.
A week later, I made Gwen Stefani blonde. Through that, I winded up making her pink, doing all those feathers on her, doing great haircuts, you know, fun stuff. She met another hairstylist, Danilo, He's like the superstar during that time. And I was this salon guy. About 2 years, 3 years, 2 years of doing the pink hair. I got a call from Pink. Can you do my hair? Yeah, I can. I can make it feel pretty. What do you need? So I wanted to do
what color
pink.
you want?
Yeah, pink. So I had the pink. That's it. I had the gallons of pink. I had pink and bleach, and it's simple and easy. That's something I knew how to do. Get to you, figure it out. I'm coming to your house, get in and out. Through that, I winded up getting videos like Get the Party Started was my first video. My second video was Jared Leto, because he was blonde. Remember when he was platinum blonde? So if you look up his video, Capricorn. So meeting him. So when brought me in, Pink put me on the mark, like as in like movies, TV, weird stuff. She was going to do Janis Joplin, and I got picked to do that with Sophie Mueller. Not Sophie Mueller. The girl that did Decline of Western Civilization. I don't always forget her name. I just dropping her name right now. She was going to do a movie called Janis Joplin. It didn't happen. But I was on set, so that was my first time. After that, I toured with Paris Hilton with her album, when she was doing her publicity for that. And then I became her hairdresser, her and Nicole's hairdresser. I was already their hairdresser because of circumstances, friends and people that I hang out with, and that kind of stuff. Then now I'm on the Simple Life every morning, doing the Simple Life for 2 years. Like greatest times of my life. That's not that long ago. You know what I mean? Paris Hilton, one of the nicest people behind the scenes. Nicole, gorgeous, beautiful, nice, funnier than hell. A lot of good friends. We have a lot of good friends, acquaintances. So kind of fun. Yeah,
So how nervous were you when you did your first celebrity that you got your scissors in your hand and
Never. No, never. Not. They're just a client with a head. I had a nervousness going into one of these big hair salons once called Privé, and a guy named Bernard says, "Chris, she's coming here because she doesn't know how to do it. He goes, you man up, and you go out there and tell her you do not want to do her hair." And I did. I'm not going to do your hair. You're mean to me. You know what I mean? And the woman tipped me to do her hair. So I'm sorry. I said, okay. So I did her hair, made it beautiful. She came back in. She wound up being one of my clients for a while, off and on. But I felt, my blow dries were really good. So that was something that I had that women wanted. When it says it, like the 80s, no one was doing pretty feathers. And now all of a sudden everybody wanted beautiful hair again. They didn't want grunge look. They wanted 2000 hair, blow dried, beautiful hair. I fit the mold, and I just wound up Rita Wilson. I was doing Rita Wilson's hair. Stella Warren, she's beautiful. It's hundreds. Just 20 years of being in the right places, owning my salon in Malibu, Santa Monica, and in the one in Beverly Hills. Each one of them I did very well at. I did well, and each one of them I left professional. I'm good. I'm gonna go do something else. I had a partner once in the salon, and in front of my kids, he did some stuff that he never did. Well, let me get.
All right.
I got it, bro.
Okay, just one final question, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give anyone or young people advice about growing up or doing their life, how to look at life?
You find something you love to do that you can make money at, and keep doing it. Keep doing it. If you're a hairdresser, you can make a comb and sell it. You know what I mean? To your clients. There's just, as a hairdresser, I just kept on doing it. I just love to do it. I've been doing it since I was 12. Everyone in high school knew I was doing everyone's hair. I did a lot of people's hair in high school. So find passion and don't give it up. If it's not paying the bills, find something that pays the bills and keep doing the passion. But it will come together. You know what I mean? Pick something smart, not underwater basket weaving, unless you want to be an amazing basket person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to be that person, be it. But how are you going to market it? That's something you have to go to school for. So learn how to market yourself as your future company is going to be you. So definitely know that you can do anything. You can be president of the United States. You can travel the world. You can do everyone's hair in the world. You can do all this stuff. I did. You know what I mean? That's simple and easy. Yeah. I did. And if you know my background, man, I'm a crazy person. I've had a lot of great times. My high school didn't stop. It just kept on going.
You do have the perfect personality for hairdressing.
Yeah, I lucked out, man. Oh God, it's God thing. I was in church and I was in church and they asked me what gifts did God give you, and I said I could do hair. That was it. You know.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Yeah. About you saying you're not nervous when you do a celebrity's hair at first and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Always been kind of shy and just not getting out there, and then I just learned, that I don't like put myself out there, but if I need to, if someone asks me to speak about something or teach about something, even though I don't want to do that and I don't want to look stupid, I just do it. And yeah, it's just.
I say yes to stuff and I learn it and I help people learn. I learn with people. That's called growing. If you're not growing, you know what I mean? Always say yes. Always say yes to stuff that might make you push your envelope. I didn't want to do pink hair. I messed up Wynn's pink. It was supposed to be cotton candy. I messed up. She loved it. Worked out.
That reminds me when I was just learning how to bartend. I had to do a wedding, and this guy asked me for a VO, and so I thought he meant vodka and orange, and I was getting like vodka and orange, but he meant VO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but he never said anything though. I guess because it was free, but
yeah.
So, but yeah, just like, oh man, because I think at the time, this is like early '90s, and people were like using a lot of slang terms,
Oh yeah, everybody wanted to have
and
give me a Mai Tai.
And I used to work at the Hop.
Yep.
And for the Righteous Brothers and the Copeland Brothers, they both owned it and stuff. And
no, I know exactly of it.
Yeah. So I was a bouncer there, and this one time, this gentleman was sitting on a railing on the stairs, and no one's supposed to be there because you have to get through and stuff. So I was talking to the manager, and I said, told the manager, excuse me, and went over and I told the guy, that he needs to move and stuff. I was real polite about it. And so I went back to talk to the manager, and the manager goes, "You know who that was?" I go, "No." He goes, "I can't believe you did that." And I go, "What?" I was supposed to. And he goes, "Yeah, that's right, you're supposed to." That was one of the owners. It was a Copeland brother, and he'll walk in there and fire you on the spot if you're not doing your job. And so he gave me a little bit of a raise for doing that, and he's just like, "That's the greatest thing you ever done here." So
that's awesome. I asked a cigarette from John Lennon's son.
Oh, here's the dumbest thing I ever did. I was in London, and this friend of mine, she was starting off to be a recording engineer, and she brought me a studio session of just pre-recording, and it was Eric Clapton, and she gave me the tape and stuff, and I listened to it, and he was just like joking around and stuff and doing this and that, and I gave it back to her. I had no idea that I should have made a copy or anything or kept it. It would have been so valuable today.
I gave away these Prince 45s that were from 1989 that were a special bootleg that he didn't approve, but it was everybody knew about it, and I gave it to one of my friends, and it's worth money. I bought it for nothing. Somebody owed me money, so they brought me a bunch of Prince stuff back in '89, and I had all this private little Prince stuff, and I gave one of my friends it. It was pretty cool because he's a bigger fan of Prince than I am.
Yeah, just I never really cared too much about who celebrities were and stuff. Yeah, I like hearing their backstories and stuff. Yeah, but
people were saying they were doing my work. That's the only reason I left Long Beach to go to Hollywood. People said that they were doing the pink feathers on Gwen. And I called this one place up that said it online and go, hey, you guys can't do this. In Allure magazine, I called them up. Hey, you can't say that these people did it. I did it. That's my hair color. I got a retraction in somewhere, a couple things here and there. Called Gwen. She said, that's just Hollywood. That's just how it goes. I go, well, that's not the answer I want to hear. And next day I got myself a job out in Beverly Hills. Oh yeah, I could do that in my head. I could do that. Oh, I get to do that. Oh. Wait a minute, I'm playing a different game here. I'm only gonna do haircuts and blow dries, and I'm gonna get 3 times more money. Then I wind up making just great money. I did it. You know what I mean? Door knocks, door closes, door open, whatever. Chase your dream. I would never have thought I would be in Hollywood. I didn't want that. Now I ran. I'm over here now in Texas.
Yeah. I was an assistant bodyguard for this CEO in Laguna Beach, and it was pretty sad that I had to follow him, and he was with his wife walking on the beach, and it's just let's make sure he's safe,
to feel that uncomfortable, man, I just move and I just quit what I was doing and never, I just take my money and hide. If you're gonna, what I mean, that's just.
Yeah, he took his personal bodyguard and he went to travel around the world, and I never saw him again. But it just it's kind of sad. You have to create a bubble for these. Yeah, I think God had other plans for me, and I was when it kind of happened when my back went out, I was building up my trying to get work, doing bodyguard and stuff. And I was going to go to a place in Israel where they train bodyguards and from Mossad agents and stuff. And my back went out, and I didn't know just arthritis and degenerated disc, and I couldn't walk, more than 10 feet without just. It brings to my knees at the time and stuff. Yeah. And this was my parents were getting older and stuff, and my mom would forget to turn off the stove or stuff like that. And so basically, because since 9/11 happened, I've been just working constantly and gone, but I couldn't do that, and so, but I think God wanted me at home with my parents to make sure that they're okay and stuff. And
it's all designed. For the last 2 years, when you're physically down, man, it's, what do? You know what I mean? Right. We get scared when we're older. You know what I mean? And I had my babies in my 40s. I broken, my back snapped. I just jacked up certain things that I had jacked up later on in life, soft tissue damage, and my hips. Last night I walked probably about 2 miles total. Right. My hips are killing me today. They're killing me, but I gotta stretch. I gotta work out. I gotta drink water. You know what I mean? I don't drink all the time. I'm not drunk or anything. So I gotta take care of myself, and you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta try to figure out how to do the stretching. You know what I mean? It's I sit on the floor all the time, constantly. You can walk in my house. I'll be on the floor on a yoga mat, just sitting there. Sometimes just sitting. Right. You gotta take care of your health. You know what I mean? And When God calls you to do something, someone's at my door. When God calls you, he's always calling you to do something. Sometimes he's telling you to sit and do nothing. Last 2 years, all I did was nothing. I did nothing for 2.5 years. I've been working recently for the first time. No one got away from me. Everyone got punched in the face during COVID.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. And I thought that would only last a couple of weeks.
Everyone did.
And it was on to...
I was on the conspiracy people. I was on the Alex Jones already. You know what I mean? 80% of his stuff is now true. Proven. Fact. Even the craziest stuff about him have become true. And that's got to tell you that something's wrong. Something's wrong. So stay close to God. Pray. Get health. Sleep. Follow your dreams. Get your vacations. Get your whatever it is. Just do it. Go out and do it.
All right. Thank you for taking your time out for this, and I appreciate it.
Good talking to you, Larry.
And we'll just try to keep in touch.
I'm always around, man.
All right. You take care, and you have a good day. All right.
You too, Larry.
All right.
Bye, Larry.
Peace out.
Peace.